This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out their website, merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. See what Mark Gordon and the Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer team can do for you. Call 217-445-2631. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Heritage Packaging offers the right packaging right on time. Learn more online at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964, offering full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Stop by the shop at 1000 Commercial Park in Lincoln. Call 217-628-7650 or learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers! Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Schneider Masonry, family-owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Experience the difference with Collision Concepts. State Farm Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball program for more than 50 years. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wagers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, call 217-737-7581. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer. Rocking G Land and Cattle, Central Illinois source for superior shorthorn beef cattle genetics. Give Mark a call at 217-737-7905 or call Sheldon at 217-737-7787. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Railer fans, you all know there's a home field advantage when it comes to sports. The same applies when purchasing a car, truck, or having your vehicle serviced. You'll have the home field advantage when shopping at Grouse Chevrolet in Lincoln. The trained sales staff at Grouse will provide you with a no-pressure sales process. It'll put you at ease all the way through the delivery. When it comes time for service, the certified mechanics will care for your vehicle like it's their own. Call or stop by the dealership on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln or online at growinc.com.
I love some fresh snow, but nothing clears my mind like fresh air. So I like to go on walks to reground myself. Love, you're mine.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424. Stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln.
Good afternoon, Railer Nation, and welcome to a full day of basketball here at the Palace on Prim, Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. A 3:30 game features the Lincoln Lady Railers against the Springfield High Senators, and then later tonight the boys will be playing La Salette Academy. I think I pronounced that right. La Salette Academy. I believe it's about a 7 o'clock start here at Roy S. Anderson. The boys looking for their 15th victory on the season, and Coach Al looking for victory number 993. He's approaching 1,000 rapidly, and calculating it out, if the boys were to continue on their winning ways, that 1,000th victory could come as early as Taylorville on the road. But secretly, I'd like to see him get it at home.
Absolutely.
That's me, which means the boys would have to lose someplace, which means he'd be mad at me hearing.
You're right.
He'd be mad at me hearing that. So we've got the Lincoln Lady Railers, and it is Alumni Day, and of course, I have one of the most famous Lady Railer alumni sitting next to me, Jan Bowers, Machine Gun Bowers. If you'd have had the three-point line, you'd score how many points?
Yes.
Yeah. Stacy Cook never would have touched a single game scoring record. Yeah. The night you got 41 probably would have been about 61.
Yes.
So Jan's sitting alongside, and Jan, I know you've compiled, there's a list of alumni that you've compiled that are here today. Go ahead and go through that list to tell people how many of the alumni over 50-plus years of Railer basketball have shown up here.
Yeah, so I'm going to apologize if I miss anybody. I'm trying to scan the crowd. I'm going to start with the oldest. So we've got Pam Music and Jan Smock-Maurich here, who were the early 70s, where we actually didn't really have organized basketball at the time. They played intramurals and competed against other teams for there. So thrilled to death to have them. We have Sense Busby and Diana Johnson, who are actually on the team as seniors when I was just coming up, when Barb and I were just coming in.
Do we want to call them the oldest, maybe the most seasoned? Because they may get very sensitive about
That's
it.
right. Yes. But I'm sure they're proud of it.
I'm sure.
Then I'm going to take us into actually the group that played with me that got got second in the state in 1978. And we've got Barbara Derber here and Gail McRoberts and Joyce Kelly Cook. We've got Jane Conrady here, and I'm giving maiden names and a couple of the other. Stacy Cook not here yet, but she's coming, and Marla Sheely from that team again that finished second in state. I'm going to jump here to the team that got fourth in state in 1999. I see Michelle Young-Featon and Kim McEwen-King are here in the stands today. Other players that are here, Michelle Williams-Bauer, Erica Sharon Maynard, Tara Speckter-Morris, Charity Crane Hutchison, whose daughter plays for the Lady Railers. That's Emma Hutchison. And we've got Kim Schreiber, and then we've got a manager, Debbie Gilmore-Wheeler, who's here and a very great supporter of Lady Railer basketball. Again, there's probably more that have come in that I am not seeing at this time.
You know, they've got Lincoln's Locker out there. Corey Farmer's wife was running it when I came in. They have some past uniforms out there. I've seen those. And you can go back to this because I've looked at some of the yearbooks. Those early uniforms, first of all, when they started, they didn't have uniforms. They basically played in gym clothes, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. With pennies. Remember the pennies?
Right.
Yes.
And then the uniforms evolved over time. I remember seeing the first uniforms. They'd have actually a collar to them. It looked like the old Quincy.
I wore it. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I had those.
Yes.
You bet.
And finally evolved into maybe a more proper basketball uniform for young ladies.
Yes.
But you know, the evolution of the game that we have seen, it has become I would say, a faster, more skilled game. Not that the girls that you played with weren't skilled, but there wasn't the level of coaching at the lower levels and the level of development when you started that there is now.
No, absolutely not. As well as the training, the athletic trainers that we have now, the physical trainers that we have, and the programs that the girls go to, lifting weights and doing aerobics, and sometimes yoga is put in. And you know, actually Coach Fultz started us with yoga, and we had to do some yoga and had to do some things like that. And we're like, you've got to be kidding me. But, you know, that's the way the game has evolved. So it is very different. As you said, you know, we started off with all sleeves and uniforms, and we had collars, and we had short shorts but tall socks. then the uniforms went to longer shorts and shorter socks and sleeveless shirts, and then they would wear things under the shirts. So, yeah, it has evolved incredibly over the years.
You know, I see Stacy Cook down here with her granddaughter. First of all, her granddaughter needs to be holding a basketball instead of a baby doll. But the other thing is, Stacy looks like she could still play.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. I'll tell you, to me, the most prolific rebounder in the history of Lady Railers right there, Stacy Cook. Unbelievable.
She was so far ahead of other people athletically when she played. It really wasn't funny. Other teams just didn't know what to do with her. And then I think, you know, there's Barb Verderber, Barb Bowlby, who was just an absolute animal at times. She could score inside. She could step outside. She was a great rebounder. She was one heck of a ball player.
Well, you know, Barb shot over 60% from the field. She was automatic. You know, she grew up playing over at over at the court there. That
yep.
You better believe it. And she was an unbelievable shooter. Again, she was known as Miss Inside. And you know, she could face the basket and score. She could get the ball with her back to the basket, turn and score. And I'm not sure she ever even looked at the basket. It was just automatic that she knew where she was. So, yes, she was just one of the best players ever in Lincoln Lady Railer history.
I think the most famous and maybe most unknown outdoor court in Lincoln was at 429 North Sangamon Rebel Memorial Court. And Bobby Verderber has shown me some pictures of it before they poured the concrete pad out here. Fortunately, I came and had my first experience there after they poured the concrete pad. But we're talking about crashing into the garage, crashing into the side of the garage, and some of the games that went on there. And you see, Bob and John and Chuck and Barb and other people that would come by. There were some fierce games there at Rebel Memorial.
Absolutely.
Court.
And you know what? Give credit to the guys for allowing the Barb to play with them, to allow the girls to play with them. I grew up playing with the guys. I loved my neighborhood of boys who accepted me, and the fact that I was able to play with them, I think, is what made me a better player. I don't know how much that's done today, but back in our day, that's who we played with, the boys.
And I think I can speak to that because I can remember the nights you used to come out, and you and Phil used to come out and play with us Sunday nights out at Lincoln Christian College.
Yes.
And we never treated you like one of the girls. You were treated like one of the guys.
Yes.
Why? Because we knew if we left you open, you'd beat our butt. That's just how good a shooter that Jan was. But there was no there was no glory in treating. If you want to step in our arena, we expect you to compete.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that was, I loved being thought of as an athlete. I never considered myself a female basketball player. I was a basketball player. And again, I was very fortunate to have other guys who accepted that and allowed me to step in and play. And the same thing happened with Barb and the kids that came from Chester East. They were allowed to play with those boys growing up. And thank goodness for the good old days. I sure loved them.
So it is Alumni Day here with Lincoln facing Springfield in a Central State 8 contest. Springfield, coached by Brad Scheffler, is 9-8 overall, 2-1 in the Central State 8 conference, sitting in 4th place. Lincoln's 3rd place in the CS8 right now, 12-5 and 3-1 in the CS8 conference. Lincoln coming off a hard-fought loss to a very good state-ranked Pleasant Plains team earlier this week, and Springfield coming off a 10-point win over Mahomet Seymour on Thursday night. Jan, this game last year at Springfield at the old Willard Dewey Gymnasium, which has been remodeled and kind of looks like the new Lanphier Gymnasium, that was a 77-72 overtime run up and down the floor game. Lincoln couldn't stop them, and they couldn't stop Lincoln. It was a game Lincoln probably should have won but didn't. And I would hope that the extra year of experience is going to put the Lady Railers over the top here today against Springfield.
Yes. As you said, it was a hard-fought loss that we had to Plains. Plains had actually played Springfield the night before and beat them 50-40. And again, we lost 42-35. So, none of the teams scoring exceptionally a lot of points in those games. So, I think we need to get out to a good start here. We had a little trouble. We got off to a slow start against Plains. I think that's going to be a key tonight, is which team gets out ahead early.
That's a good idea. Let's check the Me Realty list of the games. So when it's time to sell or buy, if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. Jan, you've already given one point of the list of the game, getting out to a good start. What are the other two keys to this basketball game?
I think tonight I'm going to say let's minimize turnovers and capitalize on the turnovers that we create. And once again, I think you have to rebound. I think that's going to be key for us.
You heard it from Jan. Those are the keys to tonight's basketball game. We are going to go ahead and keep it right here to see if you can pick up the national anthem as Dave Renfro mans the public address system. And both teams stand in front of their respective benches. Again, and a whole afternoon, whole day of basketball here as the JV won their game barely over Springfield earlier. It was a very close game, probably the closest game the JV has had all year.
Spectators, you can support your school by refraining from derogatory remarks or cheers. We hope you enjoy the game and support your athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner.
The pep band is here.
Please rise, remove your
Railer Man is here, and now our national anthem.
With the playing of our national anthem.
National anthem in the books as we get set to go here from Roy S. Anderson, the Palace on Prim. Bobby Verderber in attendance. And I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Jan Bowers. Coach, how about the starting lineups for both teams?
All right, let's start for the Senators from Springfield. They will start at a guard, a 5'7" sophomore, Abigail Mallett. She is the second leading scorer, averaging 10.3 points per game, and the leader in assists. Alongside her at a guard will be a 5'6" senior, Mallory Harris. She is the third leading scorer at 7.8 per game. game. At another guard, a 5'2" senior, Gloria Ilasunga. I'm going to say that. Had to get a pronunciation on that one. The leading scorer and rebounder for Springfield is a 5'8" senior forward, number 24, Anaya Reinhaus. And rounding up the starting lineup for the Senators will be the 6' sophomore, a Scheffler, Chloe Scheffler. She wears number 35. The Senators are coached by Brad Scheffler. Again, I'm not sure if that's a daughter or if that's a granddaughter that is playing for him. I don't know.
I thought maybe it was a daughter, but you may be right. It could be a granddaughter.
Yes, I'm not real sure, and I apologize if he's offended by that.
It doesn't matter. She's a Scheffler, so there's something in the bloodline there.
Exactly, and a 6-footer there, and again, just a sophomore for her. So we will have the Lady Railers here as they play the promo here for them. And again, looking out, we've got the pep band here. We've got a great crowd of family, friends, and former Lady Railers here in attendance. So quite the crowd here. I like it when they're both bleachers out on both sides of the floor. And we've got people on both sides. Back in the day, there was always, in fact, we didn't have this side open until we got into the senior year. So a great crowd on hand. So let's look at the starting lineups now for the Lady Railers. They will be starting at a guard, number 2, Lily Helms. She's a 5'5" senior. The point guard for the Lady Railers, having a great season. The leader in assists, averaging almost 4 per game, is Grace Schneider, 5'3" senior. She wears number 3. The sharpshooter from outside, 5'6" senior, Mesa McLeod, wears number 11. Number 13, a great defender and rebounder for Lincoln, 5'4" junior, number 13, Gray Gilbert. And Mia Clark, the leading scorer for the Lady Railers at 5'8". Again, she is a senior. She wears number 25. So I think, again, the Lady Railers are looking forward to trying to get back in the win column. The Lady Railers, of course, are coached by Corey Farmer, assisted by Brad Schneider. And I'm not sure, is Mr. Whiteman here tonight? I didn't
see him, but he's still around as far as I know.
Yes, I wondered if maybe he got another job somewhere. But Cam Whiteman does a great job here with the Lady Railers as well.
Lights were off here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. If you're not watching us on the YouTube channel, shame on you. Crank that sucker up. Crank the radio up. We're about set to go here. CS8 action this afternoon from Roy S. Lincoln in her home white, Springfield in her road black uniforms.
The JV team played with the shot clock, so I'm curious to see. I see they've got it up above, so it looks like we might be playing with a shot clock as well.
Let's see. We haven't had it all year. Both teams to tap it up. Scheffler and Holmes at center circle. 8 minutes on the scoreboard, and here we go. Tip is up into the backcourt, and coming out with her is Reinhaus. Reinhaus to Mallet. Mallet back out front. Harris to Alisunyu. They go inside Reinhaus. Reinhaus, Alisunyu. I'll hack that to death all day long, and my apologies to her and her family.
It's a gut at the end.
Yeah, I may just call her Gloria from now on.
There
How about
you go.
That?
Yes.
Harris out front, volleyball line. They're going to double post. There it goes into Scheffler. Scheffler tries to throw it down underneath and hit the rim. And Clark coming out of there with it. Lincoln looking to push it ahead to Lily. Lily, 5-footer, good. Mia Clark with a heads-up dribble. Got it ahead to Lily Holmes, and Lincoln up 2-0. And now Mia steals it in the backcourt to Lily Holmes. Holmes down the lane, up and no good. Rebound Schneider. Grace trying to dribble it out of traffic, knocked to the floor. Gloria out of there quickly, up the floor. Layup time, lefty up, no good. Rebound Mallet, and they're going to call Mia Clark for a foul.
Well, as you said, this is going to be a fast-paced game. We've got a little track meet going on out here from both teams, and I like our chances with that.
I think so, too. Springfield averaging just over 48-7 a game and giving up 47-1, so not much of a point differential there. They go in the corner. Mallet back out front. Gloria looks around left side. Harris back out front. Gloria in the corner. Mallet goes inside Scheffler on the baseline, cut off nicely by Gilbert. Out front Harris drives in the lane. Springfield looking for something against this Lincoln defense, and Lincoln's defense right now pretty doggone good.
Yes.
Harris 30 feet from the basket in the corner to Gloria. They go baseline. Scheffler to Reinhaus, lost the basketball, and Mesa McLeod takes it out of there.
That's 3 turnovers in 4 possessions here for Springfield. So Lady Railers forcing a lot of turnovers.
Nice
Lily Holmes
by Holmes on the baseline. Schneider with the heads-up dribble, saw her ahead. Holmes is going to go to the free throw line after missing the shot off the baseline.
Number 4, Mallory Harris. Harris, her first.
Mallory Harris with her first foul and the team's first.
All of our shots have been in the paint so far in the game.
First one by Lily Holmes, up and good. So Lily Holmes 3 and Springfield nothing.
I think it's important for Lily to get in the scorebook every game and starting off early. Hopefully this will be a good indicator of what she'll do for us tonight.
Second one up and good. And, Coach, I think she's very effective when she's able to get ahead of the pack on offense and get ahead and get those fast break layups. Harris in the backcourt. Holmes got it stolen away. It's off the official. She picks it up. And a timeout taken by Brad Scheffler with 6:12 to go.
What I like best there is the Lady Railers did not reach for the ball. They had their hands straight up. They let that turnover happen. A couple times they got pieces of it, but they didn't reach and commit a foul. And I think that's great defense.
Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk in Lincoln, or go online to MeRealty.com. The Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean, and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. And if you saw all 4 games here today, you can stop by Culver's 4 times. That would kind of be excessive, though.
So a good sign there that the Lady Railers defense is working when Springfield had to call an early timeout.
Harris is out. Oh, and Harris nearly got trapped. She did get trapped. Threw it to Reinhaus. They tried to throw it into Mallet. She nearly overthrew her. Back to Reinhaus. Reinhaus, 10-footer off the glass. No good. Clark with a great box out, and Scheffler's going to get called for the foul. The push in the back.
That was. Again, that time Mia actually moved with the ball in the direction that it went and forced that foul being called. That's a great block out by Mia.
First foul on Scheffler, second on Springfield. Schneider across the timeline, around the Gilbert screen. She takes it in, out to McLeod. Mesa cut off baseline, back to Grace. Grace going to take it in. Probably could have taken the 10-footer. Clark down the lane, scoop shot up, no good. Rebound to Gloria. Left side Harris in the corner of Mallet. Mallet, Reinhaus baseline. She just pushed Clark out of the way.
Yes.
And Clark with the rebound.
Strong player, very strong player.
She was leaning out there with that forearm and just pushed her out of the way. Schneider. Out front, Mia Clark. Clark almost a step back 3. Clark and Harris just stripped her of the basketball, and Harris has got it ahead. One person to beat. Schneider defended her, couldn't get it stopped, and Springfield in the scorebook, 4-2. 5:05 to go here in the first quarter. Springfield playing a tough man-to-man right now. Schneider the handoff to Clark. Mia going to go down the lane again. Scoop shot. And Harris went hard to the floor. She blocked the shot. Got called for the foul, but Harris went hard to the floor, gripping her right elbow.
Yeah, good drive there by Mia. She's recognized the opening. Took it in strong that time and drew the foul. It was a hard foul. Luckily, nobody too injured on that one because that was a lot of physicality on that foul.
So 4:52 to go here in the first quarter. And Mallory Harris, who's guarding Mia Clark with 2 fouls already, and looking to see if Brad Scheffler's not going to his. Now he goes to his bench as Paisley Holmes going to come in for Lily, and number 15 Zoe Latala going to come in for Mallory Harris. So they lose a little size. Second one by Clark and rolled it home, and Grace Biven going to come in for Mia Clark.
Grace Biven in the Lincoln lineup.
They go into Mallet. Mallet quickly up the floor. Mallet breaks the press, gets it across the timeline, throws it off of Schneider. Not sure what she was trying to do there, but threw it off of Grace, and they'll have it side court, front court, as Latala takes it out right in front of what would be the Lincoln student section. Kick back to Gloria. Mallet. They go back out front. Gloria, they're going around the horn out front. They're looking inside, you can tell. Posting Scheffler and Reinhaus. They get it to Scheffler. Scheffler against Gilbert, baseline. Throws it out front. Mallet, a long 3 up, no good. And Schneider tried to screen out Scheffler. Scheffler drives back in and gets the foul. And the foul is on Grace Schneider.
Foul on number 3, Grace Schneider,
her first, team second. And Chloe Scheffler, the 6-foot sophomore, going to go to the free throw line. Chloe misses the first one, a left-hander.
They're running that double post inside, then a baseline runner, but that puts both Reinhaus and Scheffler inside, who are both good size, in there for the rebound on a missed shot.
Not only tall, but bulky as well, and strong. Scheffler makes the second of two. It's 6-3, 4:23 to go here in the first quarter. Glad you joined us here on WLCN 96.3 FM, the sports voice of Lincoln and Logan County. Schneider went down the lane, nearly got the layup. It rolled out. Bivin went for the rebound. Scheffler hauls it out of there. Gloria quickly up the floor, had it batted away, got it to Reinhaus. Mallet. Left side they go to Lutala. Lutala traveled the basketball, no call. Scheffler, free throw line, back to Lutala. Out front, Mallet. Now they go inside Reinhaus. Reinhaus in the corner, Scheffler. Scheffler throws it inside Mallet. She throws it up in a hurry. And Paisley Holmes ripped it away from Reinhaus. How, I don't know, but she did it.
She sure did.
Schneider in the corner, Gilbert. Gilbert going to drive baseline against Reinhaus. Cut off, good defense there. Back out front, Schneider. Grace, hand off to Paisley. Paisley going to go down the lane. Left-handed layup, no good. Rebound, Bivin. Bivin is fouled.
There's our freshman tandem there. One goes to the basket, the other gets the rebound. So a great drive there by Paisley, getting to the basket, trying to finish with the left hand, and Bivin right there to clean it up, and hopefully going to make 2 points for us here at the line.
Abigail Mallet, her first foul, and that's 4 on Springfield as Grace Bivin goes to the free throw line and rolls it home. The friendly confines of Royas and the friendly rims. Lily comes back in the basketball game as Mason McLeod sits down.
I think we're going to see a lot of subs in the game here with the fast pace that we have. Coach Farmer going to have to give his players a breather, and luckily we've got a pretty deep bench.
Mia Clark back in as Gray Gilbert takes a seat. And home, Lily nearly steals it in the backcourt. They're still in the backcourt, still in the backcourt, still in the backcourt. Finally, they get across to Mallet. Mallet down the lane, Scheffler baseline. Scheffler out front, Lutala. Lutala, three on the way, good. Zoe Lutala, the 5'4 senior, knocks down the three, make it 8-6, 3:11 to go here in the first period. Grace, handoff Paisley. Paisley, handoff to Mia. Mia to Grace. They run the weave out front. Paisley down the lane, up, and was fouled. Lincoln very aggressive, taking the ball to the basket. And that foul is on Abigail Mallet. That is her second. So Brad Scheffler may have to go to his bench some more.
15 foul.
And he does.
You know, when you have the weave offense, that's what you're looking for. Do you recognize the lane and take it? And Holmes saw that and went aggressive to the basket and drew the foul.
Paisley misses the first of two. Morgan Leininger comes into basketball game number 13 for the Senators.
We're shooting our 8th free throw right now. And remember, we didn't even shoot a free throw in the first quarter of the last game.
Paisley, the freshman, up and good.
And that's 7 for 8 that we have so far.
9-6 the Lincoln lead. 2:58 to go here in the first quarter. They get it across to Lutala. Lutala to Scheffler. Scheffler started to take it in, now kicks it back out to Lutala right in front of the Lincoln bench. Lutala picked up her dribble. Out front, Leininger. Leininger left side, Gloria. Gloria to Leininger. In the corner, they go Lutala. Lutala back out front, Leininger. Springfield working the perimeter as Lincoln doing a good job guarding the inside. They go inside to Reinhaus. She crashes into Bivin.
Yes, that could be an offensive foul.
Scheffler misses the 15-footer off the baseline, and Bivin has it.
I don't think they'll call it, but that could very easily be an offensive foul.
Schneider. Clark going to go down the lane. Kick to Bivin. Bivin to Schneider. Grace down the lane. Layup time. No good. Rebound Leininger. She nearly traveled the basketball. And here comes Springfield quickly the other way. Gloria drives right in. And a foul called on Lincoln out front.
Lincoln foul on 3. Grace Schneider, her second.
Grace Schneider, that is her second foul. So now Corey Farmer has a decision to make as whether or not Grace stays in the ballgame, and she does not as Mason McLeod in. Lutala out front, Gloria Leininger right side, in the corner Lutala. She'll launch another three, up and no good. Rebound, Reinhaus had good position inside. Screened out Mason McLeod, and it's 9-8.
We're really going to have to look for the Springfield players on a shot and get a body on them. You can't just guard an area. You've got to find
Clark, wide open baseline, good! Bang, a collision concepts three. Mia Clark ran off the screen, got in the corner, wide open, and nails it. 12-8. Leininger, backcourt, cross-court Lutala. Lutala, they nearly threw it away. Reinhaus, Scheffler, layup time, got it. I'm not sure that was intended, but it worked. 12-10, a minute 22 to go. Holmes, handoff Clark. Clark had a cutter on the baseline, and Lily Holmes. Lily still on the baseline. Lily, nice little spin move. She goes in. Lily drew the foul. Lily Holmes aggressive to the basket. Let's see who this one is on. It's either on Leininger or Scheffler, and it's going to be on Leininger.
Foul 13, Morgan Leininger. Her first. Lily Holmes.
That puts Springfield over the limit. Minute 8 to go. And Lily Holmes, first one up and good.
3 for 3 so far tonight for Lily.
Holmes, the senior, spins it, couple of dribbles, up and good. Great rotation on it. Make it 14-10 Lincoln. Harris back in the basketball game. Ali Sunu sits down. Harris across the timeline. Leininger left side. They go to Lutala. Lutala nearly travels with the basketball. Scheffler back out front. Leininger, she'll shoot the three out front. Good. Morgan Leininger, a 5'10 sophomore, nails the three. That brings it to 14-13. 47 seconds on the clock. Paisley Holmes crossover dribble. Nice move. Great pass to Biven. Up and Biven. Couldn't get the layup to go down. Here they come the other way. Chance to take the lead. 35 seconds on the clock, and they threw the ball into the Lincoln bench. So with 33-5 on the clock, Lincoln will have the basketball. A 1-point lead, 14-13 here in quarter number 1. Holmes between the circles. Left side dribble. Holmes looking for somebody, hands it off to Clark. Mia in the corner, Lily. Lily going to drive it in. Nice pass, Biven, 10-footer, wide open, good. Nice bounce pass by Lily
that's
Holmes.
exactly what I was about to say. You've seen several great passes by the Lady Railers. They've all been bounce passes.
9 seconds on the clock. Springfield looking to get the shot. They go into Scheffler. Scheffler out front. Harris. Three on the way. Look pretty good. No good.
Good
Rebound battle for Clark. Takes it away. A jump ball is called with .2 on the clock.
It was a good block out there by Clark. She was 2 Springfield players right there, and she held her own. Even though it was a jump ball, she did a great job with that position.
Lincoln to inbounds, but they won't get anything off. And there it is. At the end of the first quarter, it is Lincoln 16, Springfield 13. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Illinois. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Another 8 minutes on the clock. Lincoln up 16-13. And Jan, they did get off to a good start. Been a pretty good start for both teams.
Yes, Lady Railers really doing a good job from the free throw line. They're 9 for 10, so 9 out of their 16 points. And the 2 3-pointers here late for Springfield has kept them in this game.
Sure, Brad Scheffler didn't want to see that many fouls called on his team in the first quarter.
Very true.
They'll have the basketball to start the second quarter. Harris goes in the corner, Lutala. Lutala back out front, Harris. Leininger still in the basketball game. Back to Lutala, another three-pointer, left side on the way, no good. Rebound, Paisley Holmes sneaks in there and gets it out of there. And here she comes on the run. Paisley takes it in, tried to pass it off to Gray Gilbert, ball deflected away. Reinhouse comes out with it. Reinhouse, in the corner they go, Lutala, back out front, Harris. Harris into Reinhouse, Harris on Gilbert, 10-foot turnaround, no good. Rebound, Clark, nothing but white jerseys under the bucket. Good box out by Lincoln's Lady Railers. Mia Clark, the crossover dribble. Out front, works against Reinhaus. Nice little spin move. Mia in the corner. Mesa, 3 on the way. Is it? Bang! A Collision Concepts 3. Mesa McLeod on the board, and it's 19-13 Lincoln.
I was watching McLeod shooting in warm-ups, and she's got the hot hand, so let's see if we can't continue to find her.
Leininger, Lutala, Scheffler baseline. Scheffler cross-court pass. Harris going to drive it in. Euro step, throws it up. No good. Rebound, Reinhaus goes over Clark, and I think Mia Clark's going to get nailed for her second foul. Yep.
About 25, Mia Clark, her second.
Springfield does a good job of moving the ball. They haven't had shots fall, but they are all over the boards.
Reinhaus makes the first one. 19-14. Wholesale substitutions for Springfield. Alisunu comes back in the basketball game for them.
Reinhaus not only the leading scorer, but also shoots 70% from the line. So Senators have 3 players that shoot 70% or better from the line.
Makes the second one. Oriana Holman in the basketball game, number 22 for Springfield. And Mallet back in the basketball game. Schneider, right side, Lily Holmes. Lily, nice spin move. Kick out to Grace Biven. Biven to Mesa McLeod. Mesa to Lily and threw it behind her. Lily started to move before she had the basketball.
She saw the opening. Yep. She had the baseline. It was open, and she's done that so well tonight. She unfortunately just didn't corral the ball in before trying to make her move.
19-15, 6:37 to go on the turnover. Springfield the basketball. Mallet past Leininger. She got it behind the defense. Bragged into Gilbert, threw it up, and it bounced off of Grace Biven's hand. She almost had it.
You know, that's a good no call by the official. I give very much credit for that. Often in girls basketball, any contact they call the foul, but it was very nice.
Holman inside just throws up a wild shot. Ball on the floor. Reinhaus all over the floor. Diving on the floor is Gilbert, and Schneider comes out of there with it in the scrum. I think that was a good call by the officials not to call a jump ball.
Yes.
Holmes just got blasted in the back.
That
no call. Leininger stepped on the baseline. It'll stay Lincoln basketball.
I appreciate allowing contact, but that was a little excessive there.
Yes. Mesa McLeod will have it inbounds here near the three-point line on the baseline. Into Biven. Biven, Paisley. Back to Mesa off the screen. She's looking inside. Back out front, Schneider. Schneider, nice crossover dribble. Hand off to Paisley. Paisley, kick out to Mesa. Mesa, back to Paisley. Paisley takes it in, had the ball stripped away by Leininger.
Just went a little
Paisley
too far.
Holmes commits the frustration foul.
She just took it just 2 dribbles too far.
And maybe it's me, Coach, but Lincoln looked a little confused there on offense, like people didn't know where they were supposed to be or supposed to go.
Right, I'm not sure they knew what offense they were in. You saw Grace try to pull it out and reset, but we still were just a little discombobulated.
In the corner they go, Leininger. Out front, Gloria. Mallet. Back to Gloria. Leininger, corner 3, up and way off, no good. Lincoln did a good job screening out there. Holman inside, ball blocked by Biven. And out of bounds, it'll be Senator basketball under their basket.
You know, Jay, the difficulty we're having is they're shooting a lot of air balls, and so we're not in a position to get a rebound because it's not hitting anything.
And as you know from playing and coaching, air balls are the hardest thing to rebound.
They are.
Mallet just runs in, throws up another wild shot, doesn't get it. Schneider chases it down, people all over her. She gets to Paisley, and here they come on the run. Paisley, Mesa, stop 3, is it? No good. Ball on the floor, squirts out to Schneider. Mesa going to take it in. Mesa 5-footer, blocked by Holman, but a foul. Nice aggression by Mesa McLeod to take it to the bucket with the open lane.
Yeah, and McLeod's been a little bit more aggressive of putting the ball down on the floor here lately. A lot of times she'll drive in and kick it out. That time she took it hard to the basket, drew the foul.
That is the first foul on Springfield, and the first foul on Holman is Mesa. It goes in and out and back out. Misses the first of 2, 19-15. Second free throw by McLeod, up and good. Make it 20-15.
Mesa's a pure shooter, so I would have never guessed she'd miss 2 free throws in a row. She's got a beautiful stroke on her shot.
Mia Clark back in the game with 5:07 to go here in the second quarter, and she's got 2 fouls. Going to have to watch not to pick up the third one. Mallett, Leininger got behind the defense, throws it up, no good. Ball on the floor, and Holmes has got it. Here comes Snyder the other way, quickly in a hurry. Grace gets it to Clark. Clark back out front, volleyball line between the circles. Snyder, Bivin. Now they run the weave out front. Holmes, Clark. Clark on Reinhaus. Back to Snyder. Down the lane, kick out to McLeod. Mesa going to drive it in. Cross-court pass, Clark. Step back 3, no good. Rebound, Mallett comes out of there with it. Leininger, 3 out of the corner, up, no good. High rebound. Paisley Holmes has it. Paisley the rebound. She's 1 on 3. She goes down the lane on Leininger. Leininger rips it out of her hands and knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln ball.
Yeah, aggressive move there by Holmes. It was a good block. Lady Railers going to get the ball. 90% of all block shots go right back to the offense. So we still have another shot here for an opportunity to score.
Scheffler back in the basketball game. Nice spin bounce play. Schneider up and good. Barely got it to roll in there, but it went in. 22-15. Grace with her first 2. Harris out front, goes right side, Gloria, Scheffler. They've got Reinhaus out of the game. Harris back out front, Gloria. They're not getting much from the outside right now. Mallett, baseline, Holman, Scheffler, ball batted away. Ball was on the floor, Springfield recovers. Mallett, Scheffler, out front, Harris, Gloria looks, goes into Scheffler. Scheffler goes in the lane against 3 Lincoln defenders, and a foul called. Foul may be on Paisley Holmes. Let's see. No. Oh, it's on Grace Bivin? Well, they were flashing
they
Mia
put
Clark.
It up, Mia Clark.
Yep, now they're going to change it.
Yeah.
But it was on Grace Bivin, which I thought Grace actually played really good defense.
Yes,
with
she
her
was
arms
straight up. So one thing I'm noticing here tonight, Jay, is the Lady Railers are getting a lot more touches in their defense, and that makes it hard for Springfield to get clean shots. So they're getting their hands up, they're reaching and shutting down the passing lanes, and cause a little havoc here for Springfield. It was a great drive there by Scheffler to go aggressive to the basket.
Scheffler makes 1 of 2, make it 22-16, 3-16. Great cut inside, up and good. Paisley Holmes with a play right out of the boys' playbook. The spin dribble at the free throw line. Mia Clark, the backdoor cut, 24-16. Mallett and Clark knocks it away in the corner from Holman. Reinhaus going to come back in the basketball game for Holman. And Springfield starters back on the floor. Harris, Gloria, back out front, Harris. They go into corner, Mallett. She throws up a 3, good. Abigail Mallett, the 5'7" sophomore, did a lot of that down at Springfield last year.
The 3 threes they've hit are keeping them in the game here tonight.
Snyder, handoff Holmes, and Snyder goes to the floor. Paisley, nice reverse dribble. Great pass to Bivin. Bivin, left-handed hook shot up, no good. And Mallett comes out with a rebound. Here they come, down 5, 2:35 to go. Mallett, Harris right side in front of the Lincoln bench. Scheffler, out front, Gloria. She's going to take a 3 from the left side, up, no good. And Bivin takes it off the boards.
You know, some may think that the shot Bivin just took was wild. I liked it. I liked what she did with it. She made a good read of the defense, had a good little step through, and just and put it up with a left hand. I like
Snyder right now, for whatever reason, struggling a little bit to handle the basketball. She's gone to the floor twice now. And Bivin going to come out in favor of Gray Gilbert. Lincoln hangs on to the basketball with 2:13 to go and up 24-19. Gilbert to inbounds. Looks, gets it into Holmes. Paisley volleyball line. And now Lincoln going to spread the floor here. Paisley handoff to Grace. Grace goes down the lane, throws it up, got fouled. Ali Sugnu with the foul.
First free throws of the night here for Grace.
Snyder makes the first of 2, 25-19. 2 fouls on Springfield this quarter. Second one for the senior, up and good. Lily Holmes going to come in for Grace Snyder. Maybe getting her out to conserve her and not pick up that 3rd foul before halftime. So with just over 2 minutes, Springfield across the timeline. Mallett right side of the key. Scheffler, they throw it inside Reinhaus. Reinhaus, good defense there by Lincoln. Ali Sunu throws it up. No good. Ball on the floor. Clark comes out of there with it. Off to Holmes. 26-19. The Lincoln lead is 7. Holmes out front. Hand off to Clark. Clark in the corner. Lily. Back to Mia. Nice cut to the basket. Up and no good. And Mia nearly picked up the 3rd foul, and Greg Gilbert's going to pick up a foul. A frustration foul in the backcourt on Chloe Scheffler.
I'm thinking this might be for Clark coming in here. I see Biven coming in, and Coach may want to get her out here before she picks up a 3rd.
Good call. Greg Gilbert, her 1st foul. That is the 4th on Lincoln, so Springfield shooting the rest of the quarter as Mia Clark goes out, and she nearly picked up her 3rd foul right then and there. Mallett, Reinhaus. In the corner they go. Liner, she'll launch a 3 out of the corner. Rainbow 3 up, no good. Reinhaus fouled Gilbert.
Great block out. Great position, great movement as the ball traveled there by Gilbert, and that's what drew the foul. That's something that I didn't think we did very well against Pleasant Plains, but tonight I've seen it from every player.
26-19, the Lincoln lead. Minute 15 to go here in the quarter. Paisley, spin dribble at the free throw line, goes down the lane, kick out to Mesa. Mesa, nice baseline move, back to Paisley. Paisley resets. She goes in, kick out Lily. Lily, nice fake. Ooh. Oh, and called her for traveling. I don't know about that.
I'm not sure either.
I think you faked the official out.
Yes. I love that ball fake. I think McLeod and Holmes have great ball fakes. They're the two that I notice it from the most.
That is also a lost art.
Yes.
In the corner they go. Leininger. Out front Mallett. She may just throw it up in the air. She did and almost double dribble the basketball. Back out front she goes, Gloria. They go inside Scheffler. Scheffler tries to throw it into Reinhaus. She just bowled into Gilbert, throws it up and in.
Nice little post-to-post there. Scheffler to Reinhaus. Reinhaus with the finish.
You know, Coach, I'd like to see one of the girls just, I don't want to say flop, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Fall down on that contact because I think you might get the call.
I think that's something that Coach Farmer might address with the officials at halftime. I think I would.
Lily getting hacked all inside, and ball on the floor, and a jump ball. And it goes Springfield's way on the alternating possession.
You know, we've taken off our full court press. It was very effective there in the beginning. But Coach pulling the players back now.
So 12 seconds on the clock. Leininger, Scheffler. Lincoln up 5, 26-21. Leininger shot out of the corner. Good. You give them enough, they'll get them. 26-24, a little momentum to Springfield, and that will be the half. Lincoln 26, Springfield 24. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, I will have, along with a special guest, the Grau Incorporated halftime show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, Modern Brake and Alignment, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Masonry, Collision Concepts, State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, The Johnson Family, Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. United Community Bank. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.
Welcome to the Ground Incorporated halftime show, where Lincoln let Springfield go on a little bit of a run, a 5-0 run there at the end of the first half, and only leads precariously 26-24. As the Lady Railer alumni get ready to be honored out here at half court, and there is some real royalty here. And my special guest star at halftime is Bobby B. Bob?
Hey, thanks for having me on, Jay, and thank you, Jan. You'll be down there shooting, but I love the pep band being here. Unfortunately, my good buddy Dean Ray passed away. He was a great drummer in the pep band back when I was in high school. We went into the Army together back in '68. He passed away on November 4th, and I know if he was here, he would enjoy that pep band. That's a big part of Lincoln Rail Splitter lore, the pep band.
You know, Bob, I've always thought this, and having seen high school basketball not only here but in Indiana as well and in Missouri, that Lincoln basketball is more than basketball. It is a program. You got cheerleaders, you got pom-pom girls, you got the pep band. That's what makes the experience here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium.
Oh yeah, the lights out, the whole shooting match, the way they play the national anthem live, it's just all spectacular. Got a lot of the originals out here. Jan Smock, Pam Music. I'm calling them by their names when they were Lady Rail Splitters. Jan Johnston. Those are three originals back like in the 70s. When they first year they would have played was like 73, 74.
72,
73. Okay.
What the IHSA recognizes.
Yeah. So you got some of the originals out there, and as you said, there's some royalty out there too from that 78, 79 era. You've got my sister Barbara. You've got Jan, your cohort up here, and you've got Stacy Cook. There's three dynamic players out of those years.
You know, we were talking off air. I think Stacy Cook is one of the best athletes, male or female, to ever come through Lincoln High School. She was a standout in volleyball. She was a standout in basketball. She was a standout in track and field. She was absolutely an incredible athlete.
For sure, and I think she might be a black belt in karate too, so you don't want to mess with her,
No,
Jay.
not at all.
And also out there, of course, from that 99 team, you've got Kim McEwen, you've got Mia's mother, Sarah, out there, and my goddaughter, Michelle Young, are out there from the 99 ball club.
Yeah, when you look out there, I mean, you think about it, you've got a second place and a fourth place team out there, and you've got, you know, Barb's senior year, they probably should have gone back to state as well if it had not been for an injury to Barb.
That's true. And also from that team, you got Gail McRoberts out there, Joyce Cook, Marla Sheely. I'm probably missing somebody, but a lot of great ball players out there.
So, I mean, you know, for a program, and Bob, it's been interesting to watch that program evolve from basically nothing. I mean, when they first played, they didn't even have uniforms. I think they wore mesh shirts with the numbers on them when they first played. Then finally the uniforms evolved into, well, honestly, it was an ugly looking thing with sleeves and a collar to it, you know, to more modern day stuff. And the game has evolved too. But it's been an evolution of girls basketball here at Lincoln.
And Duncan Reed made them play over in the Orphans home gym, and they were undefeated. They were 10-0 that first season. So, you know, it's truly evolved.
It has evolved to the point where they're the team that brought home the first big trophy from state. We always hoped it would be the boys. We always wanted it to be the boys, but always got our hearts broken.
But
the girls were able to just, you know, go 74-1 over a 2-year period.
Oh yes, spectacular team, of course, with a great Chloe Froby and Becca Heitzig. Becca Heitzig, 6-time state champ. There's another great athlete that came out of Lincoln High School. Tremendous. I enjoy watching when I get a chance watching Chloe play.
Yeah, Chloe had 21 and 8 the other night for Colorado State, and Becca Heitzig's coming closer to home to take her her cross-country and track abilities up to Illinois State University. Glad to see that.
Definitely, yeah. I'm glad that we'll get a chance to go over there and see her. And let us not forget from that 99 team, Steph Reichle, one of the all-time great players to come out of Lincoln.
I tell you what, she was a ton and a half between her and
Angie.
Yeah, I mean that was the dynamic duo. That was Batman and Robin then.
Yeah, before we went on air, Jan and I were talking. We said our all-time team would be her and Barbara and Stacy, and of course Steph and Chloe. But she said I'd have Bossingham coming off the bench shooting those threes.
There was some incredible, when you think about it and look at the 50-plus year history of the girls program here, there's been some excellent talent that has come through that. And Jan and I talked about that. When you think about when it first started, they did not have the development down at the lower levels. They didn't have the coaching.
Yeah.
Jan came and played with the guys. She'd come out and play with us at Lincoln Christian College on Sunday nights, and we never treated her like a girl. She was one of the guys. Barb learned her craft up at Rebel Memorial Court, playing against Chuck and you and John and others. And
she ran on the boys cross-country team. She held that 2-mile record forever until, of course, Becca smashed everybody's records. But, yeah, and who am I trying to think of here? Oh, Kim McEwen. She rode shotgun with Steph Reichle. She was a great player. And, you can just go on down the line of the players that Christine Presswood. She didn't play on one of the all-time great teams, but she went on to play a year of pro basketball.
We can't forget ladies like Teresa May, Diane Meyer, Carrie Darlington. Rhonda Morgan was a prolific scorer here after Teresa May graduated. There has been some top-notch talent that's come through this girls
Joyce
program.
had a sister that scored over 1,000 points, and also Chloe's had a sister that scored over 1,000.
Yep, Kaylin McGee now. So, Bobby, can you read Jan's scoring for halftime for the folks at home?
Well, if I had a pair of glasses, I might, but I'll try. So here's for Abigail Mallett for Springfield, hit a three-pointer, and that was a big part of their offense. Mallory Harris had 2 points. Looks like their leading scorer is Ariana Reinhaus. She had 8 points. Scheffler, now there's a Springfield name, the big gal in the middle, the 6-footer Chloe Scheffler, had a total of 4 points, and Morgan Leininger had 3 points, and Zoe Lucatala had 3 points. They had 1, 2, 3, 4 3-pointers. Those 3-pointers put you right back in the ball game, and they weren't too bad from the free throw line themselves. They were 4 out of 6, while we were 12 out of 14. For our lady rail splitter, Lily Holmes had 4 out of 4 from the line. She had 6 total points here at halftime. Grace Schneider hit her free throws 2 out of 2 with a bucket. She's got 4 points. Mason McLeod hit a 3. You can always depend on her to hit a 3. 1 out of 2 from the line for 4 points. Mia, she was 2 out of 2 from the line with a 3 and a deuce. She's got 7 to lead the Lady Rail Splitters. Paisley Holmes hit a free throw for her 1 point, and Grace Biven hit 2. She was 2 out of 2 from the line, so she's got 4 points. So it's Holmes, the senior Holmes with 6, Schneider with 4, McLeod with 4, Mia's got 7, freshman Holmes has got 1, and Bivens, the freshman's got 4 points. So good round of scoring there for the Lady Rail Splitters, Jay.
Well, Bobby, thanks for coming and joining us on the halftime show. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
Jan's back.
Yeah, and the pep band's playing away.
That's right. Both teams in front of their respective benches. Again, Lincoln up 26-24 at the half. Jan steps back in here after engaging in the glory with her fellow teammates out there at half court. As I understand, you got another photo opportunity coming after the game.
We do, with the players, yes. We have something special going to happen after the game also that we'll wait and see. But
cool.
Yes, we'll have something special that's going to happen. I'm going to make a quick announcement here. I just heard from a fan here that unfortunately Chloe Frobe and Colorado State lost their game against Boise State by 3 points.
$41. Please go to the 22.
Lincoln the basketball to start the second half. Snyder out front. Snyder drives down the lane. Grace throws up a layup. No good. Gilbert now. Grace got it. Back to Gilbert. Gilbert squirts it out to Lily Holmes. Back to Snyder. Lincoln spreading the floor against this man-to-man defense. Snyder handoff to Mia Clark. Mia, spin move, kick out Lily Holmes. Lily tries the baseline move on Reinhouse, cut off, back to Snyder. Snyder going to go down the lane, kick out Mesa. Mesa going to go in the lane, throw up a 5-footer, no good. Rebound. Gloria comes out of there with it, and here she comes the other way. Right side Harris. Springfield, chance to tie or take the lead. Harris. Scheffler baseline. They had Mallet on the baseline, didn't see her. Gloria, nice fake on Lily Holmes, got her up in the air, goes down the lane, throws up a shot, no good. Lily the rebound. Jan, I know you had some news about Mount Pulaski undefeated right now.
Yeah, the Lady Hilltoppers are 16-0, currently ranked 6th in the state, and I'll tell you what, they're an exciting team to watch. If you have a moment, check out the schedule and come over to Mount Pulaski and watch those ladies play. They won the holiday tournament at Riverton, beating Roanoke Benson, who had beaten them in the regional last year. They had the MVP and Allison Murphy, and 3 other Lady Hilltoppers made the all-tournament team, and Audrey Cooper, senior Elena Martin, and Addison Brown. So they are fun to watch. So if you have a chance, come on over to Mount Pulaski and watch the 16-0 Hilltoppers.
Mallet ties the game again with a deuce at 26. And Jan, I've noticed this. Some of the Lincoln girls are dribbling the basketball out in front of them, and Springfield's too quick with their hands to be doing that. And it's stolen again, another turnover.
I agree. You've always got to have your opposite hip between the player and the ball, and that's again a fundamental that needs to be addressed.
Mallet shot out of the corner, looked pretty good. It is, and they're ahead by 3, 29-26. Lincoln with a turnover and 2 missed layups inside.
Again, that's the 4th 3 by Springfield. That's keeping them in this game and now giving them the lead.
Clark on the step out, 3 off the side, good. 3 out of the left side, bang, a Collision Concepts 3, ties it at 29.
And Clark hit that shot with defense right in her face. A good quick release and got it to go.
Scheffler, Reinhouse, back to Scheffler, ball on the floor, and Mia
Good
Clark
effort.
ripped it out of there to Mesa McLeod.
Good second effort there by Clark.
Snyder between the circles at the volleyball line, right side Clark, and Gilbert's going to get called for an illegal screen.
You know, I've noticed that the game's been physical the entire game, and I'm not saying anything against the officials. It's just been a physical game, but I think here in the second half, it's accelerated quite a bit, and Lincoln's going to have to adjust to that.
For second, Grace Biven into the Rayla lineup.
Biven into the game for Greg Gilbert. Gilbert might have a little bit of a hip pointer there as she took a shot, but she was called for an illegal screen, and it was. Ball tapped away by Grace to Paisley. Paisley layup time coming, no good. Rebound. Boy, you got to make those shots.
You do.
And Mallet coming the other way. Biven and Mallet.
Same thing both ways.
Yeah.
Same thing both ways.
And there might have been a foul there, but no call.
Oh,
and
boy,
Paisley dribbled
exactly
right out in front of her.
You bet.
Mallet steals the ball. Paisley
And a
fouls
foul.
her, and good.
Exactly what you said. That ball was just put right out in front.
You know, my reference is the boys, but I'll tell you, 2 of the best I ever saw, well, actually 3 of the best I ever saw of the point guards of protecting the ball were Jason Jones, Rick Menzer, and Danny Duff.
Yes.
They would always use the hip to protect the ball.
Agree.
Mallet up and no good. Biven the rebound. She was fouled twice with no call. Snyder out front. Springfield up 2, and Clark a long 3. Oh, and it almost went in, but I think it may have hit the shot clock above the rim. They use the shot clock in the JV game, but not here in the varsity contest. And Springfield going to bring it the other way with a 2-point lead. 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. Mallet, right side, out front Harris. Gloria Harris goes inside Reinhouse. She just shoved Holmes to the floor.
Sure did.
Mallet underneath, reverse layup, good. She killed Lincoln at Springfield last year, and she's doing it again. And Corey Farmer is going to take a timeout. It is a full timeout. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 60-second timeout.
score, going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Lincoln the basketball. 3:57 to go here in the third. Holmes going to take it down the lane. Back to Clark. Clark. Kick out Bivet. Bivet. Travel with the basketball. They call a foul? They did call a foul, and the foul's going to be on Chloe Scheffler. I'm surprised they called it. There may have been some contact there, but I've seen worse contact in this game.
Yes.
And honestly, I thought Grace kind of traveled there.
Truly it was a Euro step.
Yeah, it was.
It's a layup, but it's just a slower layup. Technically, it's a Euro step. In college, you can do that. Technically, it's not a travel either way, but they allow that in college, and in high school, usually they do not.
Oh, Paisley nearly had it stolen again on the
not
handoff.
Protecting the ball. Got to touch
Schneider
that.
picks it up. That was tapped into the backcourt. Again. Lincoln girls not doing a good job of protecting the ball when they're dribbling it.
No.
Paisley in trouble, kick back out to Mia. Mia goes down the lane, ball hacked away from her, and off of Springfield last. 3:20 to go here in the third. Springfield up 4, 33-29.
Clark tried to find a seam there. I think it was really close, so we were fortunate to come away with the possession still.
Lincoln struggling offensively. They lob it into Biven. Grace going to take Scheffler down the lane. Left-handed layup, no good. And Mallett comes out of there with it.
Again, I like the move. I like the move by Biven.
Reinhouse traveled with a basketball.
Fortunate there.
And the official got it.
Yes.
And that could have been a third foul on Paisley Holmes, but it wasn't.
And Holmes backed off of that. That was very smart because it would have been a foul had she not done that. And I think that Reinhouse was anticipating the contact.
Schneider, right side Clark. Clark, Biven, Schneider. Mace off a screen. Mace on Mallett. Holmes. Again, ball stripped away by Springfield. They go inside, and great defense by Paisley. Holmes to block the shot out of bounds.
Yes. The coaching staff needs to pull Holmes to the side right now and talk to her a little bit about protecting that ball. Springfield knows what we're doing on that weave, and they're just jumping out. And the second player is jumping out and double teaming on that, and it's going to be an easy steal unless you're prepared for it.
Harris goes to the bench. Leininger comes in. Mallett goes baseline. Reinhouse, nice 5-foot turnaround, up and good. Once she gets the ball on the block, she's a ton, and it's 35-29.
Her preferred side, though, is going to the left and then coming back with the shot. If we can recognize that, we need to send her to the right.
Clark with a quick three, hits the iron and bounces out of bounds. Coach, we were able to, in the first half, to break them down on defense or when we were on offense, but we're not doing that now.
No. Again, they've made, it's all about halftime adjustments, and Coach Scheffler's made some good ones, and they've really stymied our offense right now.
Well, they know who's going to shoot the ball and who's not, and they're cutting the drives off. They're not collapsing on the dribble drives like they had been.
Right.
Mallett, she traveled right in front of the official.
Sure did.
In the corner, Leininger, she'll throw up a rainbow three. No good, hit the backboard. A long rebound. Mallett has it. She'll take it down the lane, throws it to Reinhouse, and on that kick, it'll stay Springfield basketball. Lily Holmes for Paisley. 2:09 to go here in the third. Lincoln has scored 3 points here in the third quarter. Leininger throws it in. Holmes steals it away.
Good defense by Holmes. I watched her that whole way. That was great defense.
Lily heads up dribble across the timeline. Right side, Mia Clark. Clark out front, Mesa. 20-foot three-pointer. No good. Back of the iron, and the ball just fell to the floor. Mallett takes it away. She'll come down the lane, throw the ball up.
Oh, that's travel. You can't. No, she cannot do that. Missed call there.
Mia the other way. Mia in the corner, Lily. Long three out of the corner. In and out, no good. Scheffler corrals the rebound.
Again, the open looks we have, we just haven't been able to knock them down. I like the little set play they did to get McLeod a shot on the possession before.
Leininger, they go in the corner, Reinhaus, back out front, Ali Sugnu. In the corner, Leininger, another rainbow three, no good. Bivin tapped it away, Reinhaus comes out with it. They tried to throw it inside, good defense by Schneider.
Great recognition, good anticipation
Grace
there by
stepped into the
Schneider.
passing lane, Grace going to try and take it all the way. Yep, just threw the ball up, and I think she may have drawn the foul. Let's see. Yep, and the foul may go against Ali Sugnu. That is her second, I believe. Schneider to the free throw line. The lefty up and good.
You know, Jay, at the beginning of the game, all of our points were coming in the paint. And we're not getting shots in the paint. If they are, they're forced shots, and we just don't have clean looks in there. But we were getting a lot of steals, and those were coming off of steals.
Schneider misses the second of two, and I was at 13 of 16 from the free throw line now.
Yes.
Mallet in the backcourt. Ali Sugnu, ball tapped away by Paisley into the Springfield bench. 59-2 on the clock, and Springfield up 35-30.
Springfield has a lot of players with 2 fouls. I don't have anybody with 3 unless I've missed some.
No, I don't think so. I think they've got Mallet, Harris, Ali Sugnu, and Scheffler each with 2. Clark got a paw on that basketball, and Mallet comes out of there with it. Harris, 10 feet from the basket. She'll back it up. Harris goes inside Reinhaus. Reinhaus, Leininger. Leininger to Mallet. Mallet tried to throw it inside Holman. Holman back out front. Leininger, 3 on the way. Good. They have an 8-point lead with 35 seconds to go here in the third. And, Coach, you don't want to let them get too far away because I think they can run time off the clock with the way they handle the basketball.
Exactly. They're getting good looks at the basket, and we're just struggling to find an offense right now.
Holmes nearly traveled at the free throw line looking for the back cutter, and Springfield defended that very, very well. Schneider on Reinhaus. She goes in the lane, had the ball stolen away, and a foul called, and I think Grace may have been bailed out on. Oh, wait a minute. No, I thought they were going to change a call. The out official came in. Foul is on Reinhaus. That is her second. Nobody in the super bonus yet. Looking for the cutter, They don't find anybody. And a 5-second call.
Springfield putting the aggressive player on the out of bounds, and they know our out of bounds plays, and we had nobody open, and we couldn't even see an open player.
Lincoln extended the pressure, nearly stole the ball. Clark cut off Mallet at half court, and they finally get it across the timeline. 8 seconds on the clock. Harris in the corner. Harris baseline, stepped around Bivin, no good. Rebound, ball on the floor. Schneider going to try and get a shot off, doesn't. At the end of 3 quarters, it is Springfield 38 and Lincoln 30. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Yeah, go ahead and run a 30.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, New Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at newrealty.com.
It's a basketball left, and Lincoln, which had a 26-19 lead going into the end of the first half. Springfield went on a 5-0 run and then has outscored Lincoln 14-4 here in the third quarter to take a 38-30 lead. Jan, an 8-point lead is not insurmountable, but Springfield has ball handlers who can run time off the clock, and when you're playing the zone, that chasing is very hard to do. It's hard to come from behind running the 1-2-2.
It is. As Springfield came out just so aggressive, both offensively and defensively, and we're just struggling to keep up with them right now. So we have to find some offenses to get us some open shots. We have to crash the boards. We have to make turnovers happen defensively. Sometimes they get a little lackadaisical on their passes, and we have to take advantage and come up with that ball. So we need to make something happen early here, cutting into that lead.
Springfield, the basketball to start quarter number 4. They go into Scheffler. They got Mallet working on the baseline behind the defense. Holman in the basketball game as well. Mallet, baseline, Scheffler. Scheffler trapped by Lincoln. A nice poke away by Mia Clark. Biven picks it up. So let's see if Lincoln can capitalize on the turnover and cut into that lead. Snyder around the Clark screen, back to Clark. Step back three, not going to be close. Rebound. Mallet comes out of there with it. Mallet just traveled with the ball. No call. Biven stole it away. Clark back to Snyder. Clark down the lane, handoff Snyder, Grace, Paisley, 17-footer, in and out, no good. That was a good shot, and she just didn't get it to go down. Good shot out of the flow of the offense and just couldn't get her down. Mallet throws up a three, good. Abigail Mallet is a sophomore. She killed Lincoln at Springfield last year, throwing stuff up like that and getting it to go in.
That's her third three of the game. She has 13 points to lead Springfield tonight.
41-30, Lincoln down 11. Again, a bad handoff. That could have been a backcourt violation. It was.
Again, you can see Springfield.
Oh, wait a minute. Now the officials are going to confer.
Okay, Springfield's just anticipating that handoff, and they're just jumping in the passing lane. We have to recognize that. The handoff's not there. We have to continue on. But they're just anticipating, and they're getting a body in the way. The handoff is not there.
You know, Coach, I look at the Lincoln ladies, and I don't see energy. Maybe it's me. But I see an effort, but I don't see the energy.
Right. You can see it on their face. They know they're in trouble.
Yes. You can see the flat. There you go. Ball underneath. Throws up Holman. No good. McLeod fighting for the rebound, and they say it's off Mesa last. It'll stay Springfield basketball.
You know, I'll never forget the year that we actually won at Super Sectional and went on to state, and we were playing against Limestone, and we were down double digits at halftime, and I went up to Pam Richard and Barbara Durbin. I said, we are not losing this game, and we came out with fire, and that's what we need to see right now from the Lady Railers. They need to not realize or not or worry that they're down. They need to put fire underneath them and get out and make something happen.
Leininger to inbounds on the baseline. Scheffler out front. Harris. Leininger, ball batted away. Mason McLeod had it, squirts through Paisley Holmes, and ball on the floor. Schneider goes for it, and on the jump ball, it'll go Lincoln's way. So again, another opportunity for Lincoln to capitalize on a turnover.
So here's what I want to know: who are the captains, and they need to be pulling the players in and saying, "Look, let's do this," you know. And I don't see that. I don't see a strong leadership player trying to corral the team in right now.
Schneider around Biven, gets it to Clark. Mia, and another illegal screen. Paisley Holmes with the foul on the illegal screen. Lily Holmes in for Paisley.
Lily Holmes turns to the late lineup.
They're still in the backcourt. Leininger throws it ahead. Mallet finally goes across the timeline. Mallet, cross court Harris. Harris down the lane, kick to Scheffler. Mallet down the lane, ball on the floor, squirts on the floor. Jump ball going to be called again. It'll stay Springfield basketball.
And one thing I will say for the Lady Railers, they're not afraid to get on the floor.
Leininger to inbound, gets it into Scheffler. Out front, Harris. Leininger, cross court, stolen away by Schneider. Mallet tried to poke it from behind. Schneider throws it up. She just got blasted by Leininger, and she saved a layup. Grace Schneider going to go to the free throw line.
14,
Morgan Leininger, the sophomore, with her second foul. And the first on Springfield at quarter number 4. 5:40 to go. Lincoln down 11. No good. Back of the iron.
At this point, every free throw is going to count, Jay. We need every free point we can get here. See if she can knock down the second one.
Second one up and good. 41-31, a 10-point lead. 5:40 to go. Still plenty of time in the ball game. Ahead to Scheffler. Scheffler, cross-court Leininger. Harris, baseline Reinhaus. Reinhaus drives to Mallet. Leininger, long three, up and no good. Mesa chases it down in the corner, gets it to Schneider.
We need a good shot here, but we do have a sense of urgency in the game right now.
Snyder to Lilly. She works on Reinhouse. Out front, Clark. Long three, 25-footer. Bang! A Collision Concepts three, 41-34. Jan, you get a sense if Lincoln could get a little closer, there'd be more energy here in the building.
I agree. Yes.
Mallett throws it ahead to Reinhouse. Ahead to Harris. Layup time coming. Got it.
Mallory Harris.
Lincoln gambling, and Springfield made them pay.
I think at this point we have to try to make something happen. We do.
43-34. Clark, free throw line, picked up her dribble. Back to Snyder. Snyder drives in. And what's the call here? They call Mallett for
hand
the foul.
check, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's 3 on Mallett as Ali Sugnu comes in the basketball game for Morgan Leininger. So their starters back on the floor. Lincoln inbounds. Still looking. They and Bivens was lucky there that Bivens picked up that loose basketball. Holmes trying to work on Reinhouse to Snyder. Lincoln now sets their offense up. Holmes looked in the corner. Clark out front. Mesa going to drive it in. Kick back to Mesa, a long shot out of the corner. Might have been partially blocked.
Partially blocked, yes.
And rebound Harris. 4:09 to go. They're up 9. Clark steals it away, and nobody went and got the loose ball. Scheffler, Mallett going to drive in against Bivens. Throws up a wild shot. Drew the foul.
We had Springfield in trouble there. They had a couple bad passes. We just couldn't get a hold of it, and they were able to come away with drawing a foul, getting to the line.
Grace Bivens, her second, team second in the fourth quarter. Mallett up and no good. Back of the iron. Bivens out and Paisley Holmes back in.
Senators are 4 for 7 currently in the game from the line.
Mallett's a bit unusual. She's about 1.5 feet behind the free throw line.
Yes.
Up and no good. Hit the back of the iron. Snyder the rebound. Snyder tried to drive in, nearly had it poked away again. Now it clears in and she misses a layup. The C's parted and Grace a little bit too hard on the layup. Mallett shot out of the corner.
Carry.
Oh, she was out of bounds and then came back in without anybody else touching the ball.
And I'm going to say this about Schneider. She is going to go to the basket because she knows the team is down, and I appreciate that from her this year. That's her senior leadership that I see. When they need a basket, she's going to put her head down and she's going to go and try to draw that foul.
Clark in the corner, McLeod, Snyder. Snyder going to try and drive in again. Nearly had the ball stolen. Again, Lincoln all out beyond the three-point line. Holmes drives in, throws a layup up under the rim. 3:16 to go.
Jay, that save move when she's a senior, she's going to make. She is going to make that. She is so quick. She has a good sight for the basket. Those will fall eventually for her.
Let's tell you about many of our fine sponsors. Elkhart, Crofton, Lake Fork Fertilizers, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag, chemical, and custom application needs. At Lake Fork, contact Clay at 217-792-3397. In Elkhart, call Chris, 217-947-2221. And at Croft, give Mark or Eric a call, 217-445-2631. Rock and G Land and Cattle is your partner for building a better herd of cattle. Call Mark at 217-737-7905 or give Sheldon a call, 217-737-7787. Rock and G Land and Cattle, your partner in performance. Jan's always wanted to be a rancher, or haven't you?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964 with full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers. Schneider Masonry, family-owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years' experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available, 217-314-9654. You know, Coach, I know I've known Brad Scheffler, known about him for a long time. You've known him longer than I have. And what an excellent basketball coach. I mean, his team is very, very well coached.
They are, absolutely. And you know, they're nearing their average. They only average 49 points a game. The Lady Railers average 52, 53 points a game. You know, they say defense wins the game, but only if your offense can score more points. And right now, that's what we've struggled in the last 2 games, is finding ways to score. So, you know, that's something that we're going to have to go back and figure out what else can we do differently to create better shots or get a better look at the basket. But that, unfortunately, is what's hurting us right now. We've been outscored 19-8 here in the second half.
Clark on a nice pass from Schneider lays the right-hand layup in, 43-36.
15 points now for Clark, leading the Lady Railers.
Lincoln gambling on defense. Schneider nearly stole the ball in the corner. Harris out front, Gloria. Handoff Mallett. Mallett, Scheffler. Scheffler in trouble. Stolen by Paisley Holmes. Lincoln's defense caused that bad pass. Paisley, nice pass to Lily. Lily, 5-footer, is it, baby? Yes, up and good. 43-38. Don't you go away. 2:20 in the basketball game.
That's what you're saying. You can see they're a little livelier now on defense.
Mallett got it ahead to Scheffler. Scheffler picks up her dribble in kind of a bad spot, but there's nobody there to trap. And now we got bodies all over the place. Paisley Holmes, I think, got called for the foul, but she was on the floor and I didn't see it, so I don't know what in the world happened. In any event, she got called for the foul, and that is her 4th. Scheffler in the lane. Shot Harris up, no good. Air ball, and they couldn't save it as it goes out of bounds. The 2-minute warning is out. It's 43-38. Lincoln down 5. Leininger going to come in the basketball game for Scheffler. Harris going to take a seat, and we've got a timeout on the floor. I will go ahead and keep it right here because we haven't had a chance to mention many of our fine sponsors today. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance as well as coverage for your home. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. UCB is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Their phone is 217-735-5400. We can't forget the Johnson family. Grandpa Keith is here tonight. Brought a nice sack of pecans for your announcer here. In honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lady Railer basketball for over 50 years. And how about the Lady Railer alumni sponsoring the broadcast this year? Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of LCHS athletics. Once a Railer, always a Railer. Well, Jan, 5 minutes or a 5-point deficit with 2 minutes to go. You don't need the 3-pointer right now. You can take your time and get a good shot out of this.
Yes, and you know, we've got it back here to 5 points. And one thing I'll say, if there was anything I was going to say about the Lady Railers of giving them a nickname this year, it's the never give up team, because they don't, and they're fighting back. They're battling right now. If we can come up with a basket here, I think Springfield will start to feel the pressure.
You know, Clark, 20-footer out front. No, didn't hit anything. Holmes tried to save it. She bats it. Still out of bounds, and it'll be Springfield basketball. I think that was the shot that they wanted, but Mia may have just been a little bit out of her range.
Yes. That's hard, again, to come off that screen and fire that up.
Reinhouse just goes right around Clark.
Fake at it. There we go. Oh, that's off of Springfield. Oh, that hit Springfield. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
That hit off of Springfield.
Off of Scheffler, but the officials were not as fast as the players. And might have been screened off by it.
Yes.
Leininger looking to get it inbounds, throws it in the corner. That is off Springfield. Yes, and that's the right call. It went off Ali Sugnu. Schneider tapped it, and Ali Sugnu hit it last. Right in front of us, 43-38. Lincoln down 5. Again, you don't need the 3 at this point, but a quick 2 will help. Lincoln spreading the floor. Holmes going to take Scheffler inside. 5-footer up and no good. Rebound battle for
Holmes in there for the rebound.
Jump ball, and it'll be Springfield basketball.
Yeah. It was a good job, though, by Lily Holmes and Paisley battling for that rebound.
Harris to come in.
That'll at least give us the possession next time on the jump ball. In full court pressure here, see if we can create a turnover.
Harris, Reinhouse in the backcourt, and Lincoln needs a trapper. She nearly traveled. They throw it quickly ahead. Scheffler threw it out of bounds. Lincoln needs to capitalize on the turnovers here.
Purpose of a press is to speed you up, and that's exactly what it did to Springfield.
Snyder sets the offense. Left side Holmes. Lilly at the free throw line looking for the cutter. Clark steps out. Back step three. Is it? No good. Back of the iron. Rebound on the floor, and the jump ball will go back to Lincoln.
Good job by the Lady Railers attacking the offensive board. Again, a tough shot for Clark. It was on line.
McLeod to inbound underneath the Lincoln basket, opposite the Lincoln bench. They throw it into Lilly. Not batted out by Reinhouse. 1 second ticks off the clock. 1:04 to go.
Makes sharp cuts here. Springfield knows we're out of bounds plays. We need to make some sharp moves.
And Lincoln having trouble again getting it inbounds. Out front Holmes. Paisley back out front. Mia, 20-footer. That's short. No good. Rebound Scheffler. Scheffler's fouled by Paisley. Holmes, I think. Let's see.
That might be her 5th foul.
I think they may have called it on Lily Holmes. It did.
Okay.
Both of them were there. The Holmes sisters were there.
Team foul number 4.
That is the first on Lily. Harris trying to get it in. That's got to be a 5-second call. It is. And Brad Scheffler's going nuts on the bench over there. His team he can't get his team to put Lincoln away. And Lincoln not able to capitalize on the turnovers. Mason inbounds. Tried to throw it into Lilly. Reinhouse knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, we're having a hard time. And again, they've got a defender right on the ball and very active and moving and tall player. And McLeod just has a hard time seeing. Now they back off a little bit.
What is, I guess somebody has taken a timeout here. Let's see. It is a 30-second timeout.
I think Coach Farmer recognized that we were in trouble again. Had a near 5-second call.
You know, I know that sometimes Mesa's looking for the cutter, but the cutter's not been open.
No. Again, they know our out of bounds plays, and you always have to have the backup. What's the secondary move off of that? And we're just not recognizing it.
So we'll set the scene for you. 53-9 on the clock. Lincoln down 5, 43-38. They've caused a number of turnovers against Springfield here in the last 2 minutes, but haven't been able to capitalize.
Yeah, and we've had good looks. Well, some actually some of them are a little bit quick.
Well,
but we have to. We have to take shots, and we've got some rebounds, and we've tied it up a little bit. We just need to get one to fall.
Mesa trying to inbound. There's Clark in the corner. Step back three again. No good. Air ball. And Springfield the rebound. Ali Sugnu gets it to Scheffler. Scheffler ahead to Reinhouse, and they've got a wide open layup coming. Reinhouse lays it up, and that will probably do it. 45-38. 37 seconds on the clock. Schneider across the timeline in a hurry. Takes it down the lane, pushes off. Schneider reverse layup. No good.
That's a great move.
Clark battles for the rebound. Bodies flying all over the place.
Like I said, Schneider, she's going to take it. I appreciate what she's doing right now. I love the reverse layup. Wish that would have fallen for her.
Timeout taken by Brad Scheffler. It'll be a full timeout. We're going to take a quick break. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
A great harvest starts with a great foundation. Since 1976 in Central Illinois, that foundation has been Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service. They're your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. At Lake Fork, contact Clay at 217-792-3397. In Elkhart, call Chris at 217-947-2221. And at Croft, give Mark or Eric a call, 217-445-2631.
26-8 left on the clock. Springfield inbound, length of the floor to go. They get in to Leininger, and Paisley Holmes just fouled out of the basketball game.
You know, Jay, the only thing I can say maybe on some of those out-of-bounds plays is maybe we don't want McLeod taking the ball out because she is such a good three-point shooter. It kind of takes her out of that opportunity to get a shot off for us. So maybe that's something they might want to consider is having somebody else take the ball out of bounds. Again, the difficulty is getting it in, but if we do, we'd sure like to have our one of our best three-point shooters
when you're
available
playing,
to get the ball.
Did Coach Foltz have somebody that was designated to take the ball out every time?
Yes, whether it was usually the three-player on the floor that would do that.
Because I think back to Coach Wallace's teams, and there was somebody designated to inbound the ball every time. In fact, as being a big Celtics fan, Larry Bird took it out all the time. He would get it back eventually.
Right. And again, it depends on if it was full court or if we were in our half court.
1 of 2 free throws converted. Grace drives in. Mallett may have played good defense there. I'm not sure I'd agree with that call, but she got nailed for the foul. Grace going to go to the free throw line. That's 4 on Mallett.
Mallett, her 4th personal foul.
You know, Springfield, very athletic team. Very athletic, very quick. Again, they're long and lanky.
And they present problems that Lincoln struggles with. Is that the length and the quickness is something that Lincoln has struggled with. Lincoln is a small basketball team and has been, and it's not going to change.
And the physicalness, Reinhaus and Scheffler both very physical.
Snyder missed them both, and Lily's going to get called for this foul. Well, frustration has seeped in here at the end. Not that the girls aren't trying. Taylor Short's in the basketball game for Lincoln. And Emma Hutchinson about to come in. Scheffler up and around and out. No good. Second one up and good by Scheffler, 47-38. Clark trying to drive in. Clark throws up a layup. Got it. Mia Clark with the layup and a timeout taken by Corey Farmer. 47-40, 9.6 on the clock. It will be a 30-second timeout. Again, we have so many sponsors this year, and thanks to all of you for coming on so we can do all of the broadcasts for the ladies. Simply Travel Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-travel.com. Springfield basketball, length of the floor to go, 9.6 on the clock. Reinhaus is fouled in the backcourt. She'll be going to free throw line. 8 seconds on the clock. Mia Clark with the foul, her third.
Reinhaus at the line.
Reinhaus up and no good. Up and good. 48-40. 8 seconds on the clock. Snyder, Clark stop and pop from 27. Good! Mia Clark with a long three, make it 48-43. And that will be your final. Springfield 48, Lincoln 43. Springfield goes to 10-8, 3-1 in the conference. Lincoln drops to 12-6 and 3-2 in the conference. And that will probably put Springfield alone in third place in the CS8. As Springfield runs off the floor, a very happy Springfield crowd. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for 2 minutes. When we come back, I will have the Grau Incorporated post-game show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, Me Realty, Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, Elkhart Croft and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, Heritage Packaging, modern brake and alignment. Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Grau Incorporated. Schneider Masonry. Collision Concepts. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark. The Johnson Family.
Simply Traveled Cruise Planners.
United Community Bank. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Rocking G Land and Cattle. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.
Welcome to the Grau Incorporated postgame show here as a very unhappy Railer Nation files out of here after a 48-43 Central State 8 loss to the Springfield Senators in a game where Lincoln led 16-13 at the end of the first quarter, had a 26-19 lead toward the end of the first half, and Springfield went on a 5-0 run to close it to 26-24. Springfield outscored Lincoln 14-4 in the third quarter, and that was pretty much it right then and there. Lincoln was able to make a little bit of a run during the fourth quarter, had several opportunities, caused several turnovers in the last 2 minutes of the basketball game, but Bobby V were not able to capitalize on those turnovers and ended up taking a 5-point loss today.
Well, Corey Farmer, he ran the offense. We had a chance to come back. We had the shots. We just couldn't hit them. You get that open shot, you got to hit it. It just wasn't there. We hit some when it was too late, but when we needed them, they just weren't there.
This is a Springfield team that beat us 77-72 in a game you and I did down at Willard Dewey Gymnasium last year in a gym that now has been refurbished and looks a lot like Lanfear's new gym. But, that was a heck of a basketball game. Both teams slugging it out up and down the floor. Today we saw both teams slugging it out, but this is a basketball team, returned a lot of those girls from last year from Springfield and caused Lincoln a lot of problems. Their length, their size, their quickness caused Lincoln a lot of problems today.
Well, they let the game go now. It's an all-out playground battle out there. Gail McRoberts was telling me that, back when they played, when Jan and Gail and Stacy and Jan, if you just looked at somebody, they'd call a foul.
Coach Al and I were having a conversation when I stepped in his office today just to chat with him about that, is that when back in the 70s, and this from Chuck's day, back in the 70s, 80s when I was in school, if you just went up and touched somebody, they were calling a foul. It wasn't unusual for teams to shoot 30, 35 free throws in a high school game. And Chuck, I know many times, would shoot sometimes 15, 20 free throws during a game because he just got hacked that much.
Oh, yeah.
But today you don't see teams sometimes even shoot 10 free throws in a game. In fact, Lincoln's free throw total today is somewhat unusual in a high school basketball game.
They were 14 out of 20. They were hot early, and then they cooled down. But, you're right. Like you and Gail said, if you just barely touch somebody, they'd call a foul back in the day.
Yeah, but now, you can basically ride somebody like a horse down the lane, and nobody's going to call anything. You see people just lower their shoulders and barrel into somebody, and you don't see anybody. Danny Duff was, I think, the absolute best I ever saw at taking and maybe even faking a charge, because Danny had a talent about it that Danny would get his chest up there, and then he'd get hit by his shoulder, and man, he was down, and he would end up getting the call most of the time. But you don't see guys in boys basketball taking charges anymore, much less the girls.
Oh no, that was an art back then, to take that charge and then go to the free throw line and hit a couple of free throws, hit the one in bonus.
And coaches would yell at you, "Can't you? Haven't you ever taken a charge? You afraid of some contact?"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there was some hard hitters out there that you'd have to take the charge sometimes to win the ball game.
There was a story one time about during the Olympic trials in '84. Charles Barkley at that time was about 300 and some odd pounds, and he came down the floor on a full gallop. And I can't remember who it was. It might have been Steve Alford. Decided to step in front of him and take take a charge. When they plucked him out of the padding at the end of Assembly Hall, he was having trouble breathing.
Oh, yeah. I know when Chuck first played against him, Chuck was a senior, and one of his friends, they were coming back down court, and they go, who is that guy? He was only a freshman then out of Auburn. Big guy.
Charles Barkley was a monster when he was in college. Well, Bob, do you have scoring totaled up for us?
Well, Jan does. So I'll just copy off of her paper here. The sophomore wonder for Springfield Senators, Abigail Mallett, had 16 points tonight to lead the Springfield Senators in their victory, 48-43 over the Lady Rail Splitters. Mallory Harris had 5 points. Another double-figure scorer was Anaya Reinhaus. She had 11 points. Chloe Scheffler had 5 points. She only had 5 points, but she's one of the field generals out there. They depend on her to get the ball and control the offense. Morgan Leiniger had 9 points, and Zoe Lucatala had 3 points for the Lady Senators. And like I told you, Jay, they've probably been playing each other every year since 1972. And for the Lady Rail Splitters, Lily Holmes with 8 points, Grace Schneider with 6, Mason McLeod with 4, Paisley Holmes had 1 point, Grace Biven had 4 points, and Mia led the way for us. She had 20 points for the Lady Rail Splitters. And here's Coach Farmer to talk it over with Jay Harden. Final score, Lady Rail Splitters go down 48-43.
Coach Farmer has joined us here on the Ground Incorporated postgame show as the alumni are going to be out here taking their picture with the current Lady Railer team. Well, your assessment of, you were up 7 there toward the end of the first half. They went on a 5-0 run, closed it to 2. Then they outscored you 14-4 in the third quarter. Their defense, they're long, they're lean, they're tall. Their quickness causes you some problems, and I thought the third quarter was probably the difference in the ball game there.
Yeah, I mean, it all started there at the end of the second. You know, like you said, we had that lead there. You know, we give up that dagger 3 in the corner. You know, we talked about it all week in practice. You know, when they go to the 5 out, they cut through and they go to the corner, and you know, we lost track of her. She hits a 3. You know, you can't miss that many layups and free throws and expect to win the game. You know, I mean, we've had to miss at least 10 to 12 wide open layups. And those, you can't miss bunnies like that and expect to win.
You are a former point guard. When one of my observations was that there were times that the girls, and I'm not singling anybody out, it was everybody, but there were times that the girls, instead of protecting the basketball with your hip and your off arm, were just dribbling it out in front of them. And with a team that Springfield, they got long arms, they're quick, they got in there and poked that ball away. You can't handle a basketball like that and expect not to turn it over.
Yeah, I thought in the first half we had a lot of turnovers just like that, you know, and I don't know, I didn't think our effort was there tonight. You know, last night at practice, we had one of the best practices we had all season. And I don't quite understand why they came out and played like that today. You know, my assessment, they didn't play very hard. You know, they played hard the last 3 minutes, you know, but the game was almost out of reach at that point.
You talk about that, and I remarked to Jan that during the third quarter, I was just watching the team and watching their movements and how they carried themselves. And so you didn't think the effort was there. I thought the energy was down. It looked like they just didn't have, for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, there was no energy. You could and even the building didn't feel like there was any energy in it today. I think had they gotten on a run, that the energy might have fed off the energy of the crowd, but there just didn't seem to be any energy in any of them today.
Yeah, I mean, you can't only feed off the crowd. You got to show up to play, you know, right from the get-go. And Coach Snyder asked me when he came out of the locker room when we were at warm-ups, he said, "Well, they look like in the locker room. You know, they look loose." And I said, "No, I don't think they're loose." He said, "Are they scared, nervous?" And I said, "No, I don't think so." I said, "To me, they look like they're half asleep." And that's exactly how they played.
And I think that's a good I agree with you. I think that's a good assessment. I saw a lot of walking out there today instead of the fire I saw came there in the last 2 minutes of the basketball game. They made a lot of turnovers and weren't able to capitalize on them. But during the third quarter, I just saw a lot of just no energy. It just didn't feel like there was any energy.
Yeah, lackadaisical is what it looked like to me, you know. And they did give Springfield credit. They did a good job on defense. You know, they face guard Mia. they face guard Mesa, and we can't figure out how to come off the screens to get an open look, you know. And like I said, in my assessment, we had plenty of open layups that you just cannot miss against good teams like that. I know the record isn't great, but, you know, like I said, after the Plains game, they played their best 2 games the last 2 games, you know, and they came out here tonight and they hit a lot of threes, you know. I don't know how many they made, but boy, it seemed like they got every loose ball, they got every roll, and man, they hit some big threes on us.
Well, you know, we called this revenge week, and you went down to you lost to a state-ranked Plains team on Wednesday night, and just my observation, and it's just my opinion, I thought your team played better Wednesday night against Plains than they did tonight against Springfield. Yeah, the way we played on Wednesday compared to today, night and day's difference. They look like 2 different teams, you know, and that can't happen. You know, this is a conference game, and, you know, and I told them before the game, you know, one of our goals was to win or at least share the conference, and we were going to have some help to do that. You know, Glenwood hasn't lost a game, and we could not afford to lose this game, and I don't know, they just didn't show up. Well, long road trip on Tuesday night going down to Taylorville, and I know Taylorville's taken some lumps this year, but still always tough to play at their place. Yeah, I mean, that place is tough to play at, you know, and they're going to look for revenge after we beat them last year. And, you know, you can't go in there, and, you know, not expecting. Taylorville always plays hard against us. You know, they're going to play zone probably or man, and you know, he likes to mix it up a little bit, and, you know, we got to be prepared for it, and we got to get more effort than we did tonight. All right, Coach. Well, we're going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for coming up and joining us on the post-game show. I know it wasn't the result you wanted, but we'll regroup and go on down the road to the next one. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, man. Coach Corey Farmer joining us on the Ground Incorporated post-game show. And Bobby V, the day of basketball is not stopping here because Lincoln's JV team's already on the floor on warm-ups. That's right. And, I came to see these guys play, too, because my one of my nephews plays on this team, Carter Feeden. So I can go to games tomorrow. I'm going to a basketball game and a wrestling match. There is a never-ending string of Verderber-related people in this town. They just keep coming through. They just keep coming through. Got anything you want to add before we sign off here today? Well, Coach Farmer runs a great offense. When you got the open shots, you just got to hit them. He was talking about layups. There were 15-footers and 3-pointers that they should have hit too. But I don't want to badmouth the kids. But when you get that, when he runs the offense, you get the open shot. You got to hit it. I know he talks about missing layups, but you know, sometimes you think when you have somebody that's 5'3" going up against 5'10" inside of there, sometimes those layups are kind of hard to hit when you've given up 7-8 inches of size. That's true. Yep. You know, so well, you know, not the result that Lincoln wanted today, going down 48-43, but tomorrow's another day. It certainly is. So it's Tuesday. You know, and sometimes you got to say it's just a game and you play, but sometimes you don't always win. Well, sometimes, and again, you know, whether you win or lose, Coach Knight always said this, okay, whatever you did is now in the past. Whether you won or lost, you got to get ready for the next one. Right. Whether you won or lost, you've got to get ready for the next one. And as long as you give your best effort and play your heart out, that's all you can do. Well, and then I know that's something that he will talk about, he and Brad Schneider will talk about with his team, to say, you cannot, you know, we were disappointed in your effort today. You can't give that effort and expect to win basketball games. It doesn't work that way. That's right. And there's 2 guys that know. As you mentioned, Corey Farmer was a point guard, and Brad Schneider was a running back. So they both know what you need for desire and determination to win. So for Jan Bowers, who is still milling around here with the alums, for Bobby V, thank you, man, for filling in today. For Connor Shaw, come up and run the camera for us. For station manager Jim Ash. For Tate, running the board back at the studio. Social media and marketing manager Lloyd Kirby. We can't forget him either, can we? No, and the pep band. And the pep band who was here today. It was a good day here today. The program came to life today, but unfortunately the ladies were unable to deliver a W, and they go down 48-43, as you see. And the veterans that came back. And the alums. That was a great day to have the alums out here today. A number of them showed up. A great number of them showed up, and they're still milling around here. So we're going to sign off. This is Jay Harden signing off from Roy S. Anderson. We'll see you on Tuesday night at Taylorville. Tune in later tonight for the boys against La Saleta Academy as they have a home game here. Neil Alexander continues his pursuit of 1,000 victories. Good afternoon, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's coverage is made possible by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game. Located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out their website, merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer Service, your local source for all your fertilizer, ag chemical, and custom application needs. See what Mark Gordon and the Elkhart, Croft, and Lake Fork Fertilizer team can do for you. Call 217-445-2631. Heritage Packaging in Lincoln, offering top-notch products and value-driven solutions for Central Illinois. Heritage Packaging offers the right packaging right on time. Learn more online at welchpkg.com or call 217-735-4406. Modern Brake and Alignment, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1964, offering full-service auto repairs, including suspension service, brake replacement, wheel alignment, transportation services, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Stop by the shop at 1000 Commercial Park in Lincoln. Call 217-628-7650 or learn more at modernbrake.com. Go Railers! Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch and Annette Welch. Attend one of Tracy's Coffee with the Mayor events to ask questions and learn more about happenings around Lincoln. Check the City of Lincoln Facebook page for dates and times. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Experience the difference with Collision Concepts. State Farm Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and he's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of the Lincoln Lady Railer basketball program for more than 50 years.
Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com.
United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Dara Entwistle and Health Insurance Solutions of Illinois, advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 620 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, call 217-737-7581. LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a railer, always a railer. Rocking G Land and Cattle, Central Illinois source for superior shorthorn beef cattle genetics. Give Mark a call at 217-737-7905 or call Sheldon at 217-737-7787. Thank you for watching WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.